Media reports are coming year upon year, reporting death, cruelty, and atrocities. Surely the state government, responsible as it is, would have contradicted the reports and said, sorry, this is completely wrong. This is false. You are spreading wrong and incorrect news.
Yes.
None of that.
Yes.
So, which gives you a report from India Today and Hindu as to how this event is being conducted. There are hordes of people, lots of individuals at the same time, and the rest of it, your lordships will see, for example, page 36 from the Deccan Herald. Rights activist raises red flag after 7 die in Tamil Nadu Jallikattu. Please go to page 14.
They have said that it will be more than one participant.
No, many tamers pounce on the bull. I am pointing out the extreme cruelty. Please go to the bottom of page 19. Page 14. When this is being pointed out, you say, no, please issue curative directions. This is practiced in 2020. You had the time in 17, 18, 19. If you failed to correct it until 2020, obviously. Because there has been, I don't want to tarry on this.
I'm not saying
It's because I'm urging the court, because this is not just a question of this one case. When the Constitution bench assembles, of course, we have to all assist the court in reaching a resolution.
Please go ahead.
Yes, so I will. Now, my lords, the first set, because I want to take you through this, we prepared this only keeping in mind that it is going to be it's going to save some time.
Yes.
Now, let me just indicate, we have table A, which begins at page 1. Now, the points of Mr. Sibbal, which I am meeting, are these. Point, file a suit. Number 2, there are disputed questions of fact. Number 3, that there is no Article 21 issue arising in this case at all, because it doesn't have to do with the right to life as far as human beings are concerned.
Yeah.
Now, let me summarize my points and then I'll deal with the aspects of the table. First point, since 2017 is the writ petition.
Yeah.
And in subsequent years, there are detailed IAs which have been prepared and which are filed on the record of this court. Those IAs bring on us being supported by affidavit, bring before this court detailed reports,
yeah,
which are based essentially on 2 sources.
Yeah.
The first source is an eyewitness investigation of people who attended the event.
Yeah.
They took photographs,
yeah,
they made their notes, and they compiled it in a report. So it's based on eyewitness investigations.
Yeah.
The second element of the report is
yeah,
based on very reliable media reports. So let me explain that.
Yeah.
You have situations where deaths have taken place and injuries have taken place across several districts in the state. If deaths and injuries have taken place in several districts across the state,
yeah,
what we have done is we have compiled on the basis of media reports from various reliable sources and put them first in the report. And we want to point out 2-3 factors. First factor, this is filed in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. The state government doesn't file a response challenging the 17 facts, the 18 facts, the 19 facts, the 20 facts, the 21 facts, and the 22 facts are filed not on affidavit, but in some sort of a tabulated statement.
Yeah.
So they had the time to contradict. They didn't say anything on affidavit because they had nothing useful to say. And the reason why we are fortified in our submission in this regard is that if those media reports are coming year upon year, reporting death, cruelty, and atrocities, surely the state government, responsible as it is, would have contradicted the reports and said, sorry, this is completely wrong. This is false. You are spreading wrong and incorrect news.
Yes.
None of that.
Yes.
So these are not just some paper news reports on which we have bundled together and brought before the court and said that, all right, believe what is stated here. No, they are compiled methodically. They are placed in a report. The report is placed on affidavit in this court. Now let us just please go to page 1 and I'll try and proceed rapidly. So I'll explain how this is done in the context of a couple
You
of.
have given detailed.
No, but I want to take your lordships through this and the report. So please bear with me. So I want to explain first how this works. I want to explain how this works because a bold statement is made that there is no facts on record and there is no facts at all about any of this. Just tendered. Let me just explain this in some detail how it works, and then it will become easier.
Yes.
So you will see column number 2. It is annexure P19 in volume 1 of the writ petition filed on 6th July 2017. More than adequate time. Now the dates and the investigation. This is 2017 report. I didn't read this in the opening because I read it. I pointed out the 2022. So this only covered reports between 5th and 12th of February 2017. The act had come into force by now, and you will go on the next date. There are dates essentially in the month of February. Now, please see relevant pages of the report. Now, please see the bold portion. Casualties and injuries between January and June 2017. Human deaths, 15. Human injuries, approximately 2,000. Animal deaths, 5 bulls, and animal injuries, 7. Now, please go to the next column. Whether PETA reports are based on eyewitness investigations and other sources. Yes, eyewitness investigations. The photographs at the events were taken by PETA investigators. The reports from following reputed media sources were used to collate information about injuries to humans and bulls. The Business Standard, Hindu, Times of India, Hindustan Times, Indian Express, New Indian Express, and Deccan Chronicle. Now please go to the last column. State reply contesting the report. None. The state has not contested any of the media reports cited insofar as PETA is aware. Now please go over the leaf, page 3. This is the 2019 IA. Casualties and injuries between January 18 to February 18. 10 human deaths. 757 human injuries. Animal deaths, 5 bulls. Detailed particulars which are given. Please go to page number 4. IA 7th August 2019 with an affidavit in support. Casualties and injuries in 2019, human deaths 8, human injuries 597, animal deaths 5 bulls and 1 cow. Very many details further given. Now please go serial number 4 at page 5. Human deaths 13 in the year 2020, human injuries 570, animal deaths 6 bulls, and we go into the various deep. Now 2021 was a really unfortunate year. Human deaths 14, human injuries 1,119, animal deaths 1, animal injuries 8. And insofar as the year 2022 is concerned, again the human deaths soared to 17, human injuries 1655, animal deaths 2. Now please, in this document itself, in this, again drawn from this report, I would like your lordships to go, because I'm just explaining how we've compiled it. Go to page 23, just for a moment. So page 23, second bottom half, you will find a Times of India report of 2019. Bull barges into Jallikattu Spectator Gallery and gores man to death. So when we get a report like this from the Times of India, there's no denial by the state government. This counts as 1 death. Please go to the next page, page 24. Times of India, Kalakuti Jallikattu, bull tamer gored to death. Please go thereafter, if your lordships would, directly, please go to page 31. Youth Hindu, the youth gored by bull during Alanga Nallur Jallikattu dies. And the earlier page, page 30, page 29. Bull released during Jallikattu dies after being hit by train. This is from a Times Now report. And, Mirror Now report. And please see page 29 if your lordships would. 2 tamers, including a student, killed in Jallikattu event. This is drawn from the Hindu, page 29. So this is the reliability. And I think since we are not going to have the advantage of visiting one of these, look at page 34. because a lot was said about one person mounting the bull. Please just have a look at page 34, which gives you a report from India Today and Hindu as to how this event is being conducted. There are hordes of people, lots of individuals at the same time, and the rest of it, your lordships will see, for example, page 36 from the Deccan Herald. Rights activist raises red flag after 7 die in Tamil Nadu Jallikattu. And please go again, if your lordships would, to page 35. Spectator strays outside the seating area in Trichy, gored to death by the bull. Now, with this background, I'm only going to refer to one IA. Please just take up IA. I've asked the court master to keep it ready. 55826 of 2020. 558. So this I hadn't placed earlier because they said they didn't have time for 2022. So please see the 2020 IA 55826 of 2020. Haven't we asked them to keep it ready? We had asked them specifically to keep this one IA ready to save time. Now this is being projected. What your lordships were told is that we now have a very sanitized and improved version of events. So 2017 came and went, 2018 came and went, 2019 came and went. Now we are in 2020, the fourth year in which this event is being conducted. And let us see what the eyewitness report showed with regard to the conduct of this event.
Yes.
Your lordships have it. Please go to page 13 of the report.
Yes.
This is the PETA report for investigations held over 5 or 6 days, 15th till 19th January 2020. Please go to page 13. We have a few eyewitness volunteers who have gone and tracked it and taken photographs. Now, what did they see at a handful of events? Because this is going on right from January all the way into May or June. Now, please see page 13. The impression which was given, your lordships have page 13. So the impression given was there's one bull and one human being. Look at the bottom of page 13, both the photographs. Please go to page 14.
They have said that it will be more than one participant.
No, many tamers pounce on the bull. I am pointing out the extreme cruelty. Please go to the bottom of page 14. A bull falls onto a tamer inside the arena.
Let us get one thing straight.
Yes.
You're saying all this. You're challenging an act, the rules, etc.
Yeah. Yes.
Now the possibility of it falling into disuse, abuse, or it being abused.
Yeah.
Cannot be the standard by which you will get the validity of the act.
No, I'm making it very simple. The argument was regime change. I remember hearing that expression.
Absolutely.
I am pointing out that as between, how did this court decide the case and correctly decide the case in Nagaraj? On the basis of reports filed by the Animal Welfare Board and certain supplementary affidavits.
So that
I'm sorry.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Factual matrix
Then
no longer exists because.
So I am showing you it survives.
That's what we're saying. There might be instances where the illegality committed. Then 11 will kick in.
11?
11, 1A, etc., etc. What is it that you can ultimately do?
No.
You will punish the person who commits.
You can't punish the person. There's no penalty. Please, I'm going to show you there's no penalty provided in the rules.
That you may leave it. How we are going to.
No. I am.
In case we allow it.
Yes, of course, because your lordships are open till the end.
We are not saying that.
Of course.
We are saying
yes.
In case we uphold it, there will be a lot of safeguards which we'll have.
No, there's no question of safeguard. This is per se, because what I'm showing your lordship is what the state is projecting according to us is humbug. That to show that I'm pointing out page 15. Now please go to page 15. How can you argue with this material on the record? You don't contradict it. You don't file an affidavit, and then when this is being pointed out, you say no, please issue curative directions. This is practiced in 2020. You had the time in 17, 18, 19. If you failed to correct it until 2020, obviously the rules are not working at all. So this is an eyewash. And my lords, ultimately my submission is going to be, your lordships with your vast experience are not going to be gullible as the state of Tamil Nadu may wish you to be. You're going to examine the material on the record. So please see page 14. Look at 14. Many tamers pounce on the bull. The bull falls onto the tamer inside the arena. Now look at 15. The panicked bull charges back into the Wadi Vasal from the arena. Look at page 15. some stray incident.
We are just saying that the bull is slightly better compared to our condition.
That may be. Let's please see page 15. Please have a look at page 15. The photograph where the bull charges back, because I mean the whole idea of cruelty was that the sensational, not just deprivation, but the noise, the physical is so great that the flight, and he has, there is a flight response here. Now please go directly, if your lordships would, to the, for example, go to page 44 and 45. Just look at 44 and 45, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to read from what they have said, the sanitized version of how it is conducted. Go to page 44, please. Your lordships have 44?
Yeah.
So this is the manner in which the crowding takes place. Look at the number of people on page 44. Many tamers attempt to subdue a bull and some hold by the horns. Now look at the next page. Several tamers simultaneously. 2 tamers pounce on the bull. And your lordships were told it is one at a time. There are 3 jumps. There's 1 hump. This hump and jump theory, which is being pushed forward by the state, according to me, is eyewash. And it is eyewash in the sense it's contrary to the record. I can understand if they said that, look, this doesn't seem to be an event. We've checked up and there was no such event which took place on this day. Or that this seems to be a photograph of another day or another year. Or this is pre-2017. None of that. This is 2020. Now, please have a look at page 59. Look at the cruelty. Look at page 59, the photographs. Is this to be ignored? Is the 59 as well as 60 of this report? So, if your lordships are pleased to turn to that. So, this is showing, what does this show?
Who took
this? I'm sorry.
Who took this photograph?
I said so. The photographs are taken by it's mentioned in the report itself. There are field investigators who went there, and on the basis of which they have prepared this report. So we have called. I have described this. Sorry.
Did he lodge a complaint with the authority?
We did. We initially did. There were some FIRs, but I am going to show your lordship. I am going to show your lordships that, and we are making these reports. You see.
Mr. Diwan,
So please just go to the, yes, sorry.
a small request. Can we draw any adverse
Can you
impression?
put the mic?
Mic is on.
Yeah.
Can
You're
we
soft
draw,
spoken.
can we draw any impression based on these photographs which you have shown to us? One thing.
Yeah.
Second is, there may be stray instances in any year, but we are testing on the angle of the Constitution
Correct.
about the scheme in place as to whether after the assent has been granted by the President to the statutory enactment applicable in the state in question, how far it is a valid enactment or not. If you go on taking an impression based on photographs, Mr. Diwan, it will be a very dangerous situation for us. We can't hold that the provision enacted in this of the Act of 1960 by a state amendment with the assent of the President is bad in law because the photographs say so. Can we say? Or can we record any finding based on these photographs that the legislation is bad?
All right. Let me answer. Let me answer this question. Let's answer this question, Fredberg.
So,
Mr. Diwan, would it be possible to conclude if we take it tomorrow at 2 o'clock?
I think so.
By what
Sure.
time? By what time? But we
We'll
already
conclude by 4 o'clock. I think all of us will conclude. I've got 15 minutes left, and the rest of us will conclude in the 2-hour sessions which remains, the final session.
I don't think there'll be.
Yeah. We'll be very grateful. Yes.
Are your lordships proposing to sit tomorrow? You can.
what we have no option.
No. What I'm saying, my respectful, but my respectful request is to limit us on a particular time. We have no problem. They've had a lot of time. But let me be honest with you.
you would have seen,
No. I have no problem.
More time now.
No. We have no problem, my lord. What we're saying is limit us to time. We'll finish it tomorrow. There's no question. Once your lordship says 20 minutes, half an hour, we'll finish.
If
Very
your
difficult.
lordship keeps everything okay.
2 p.m. with that afternoon session, we will complete it at our end.